Hi, welcome to another session. So today we will see a new topic, that is experimental method. So far we have seen observational method and we try to understand and aware of the number of methods, like very important methods in psychological inquiry. And even like in observation method, we have seen an example and how the observation method works, the naturalistic and controlled observation, types of observation like participant and non-participant observation, benefits and disadvantages of observational method we have seen. So now let's see with the experimental method. Experimental method is also another type of important psychological method which is useful in inquiry or in research. We'll try to understand what are the benefits and how experimental method can be carried out. Okay, this is really a very important method, we can say, and most of the researchers use this method. And let us see. So here, the experimental method. Experiments are generally conducted to establish cause and effect relationships. We have seen a in a observation, we have seen the naturalistic way of behavior and noted down the changes in behavior. Here, in experimental conditions, we will be introduced with the concept of a variable. Let us see what is a variable and how it plays a key role. But what is studied in the experimental method is effect of one another. This is a key point in experimental method. That is, what is the cause of the behavior and how did the behavior got affected. This is the key point in experimental method. That where it is understood, it is between two sets of events or variables. Okay, in a controlled setting, like in a laboratory, in a controlled setting like a laboratory, we can see, and each changes in one factor can change the result or effect on another one, while keeping the other related factors constant. Yes, in a behavior, like if you can recall, there can be different things, right? Under a classroom behavior, there can be a teacher, environment, the school conditions, several things will be happening in a class. So we have to see what are the factors affecting each other in that particular environment. Like in the experiment, we have seen there are people affected by a factor called smoke, and there is also behavior affected by the response of people around a person. And there is a factor called time. How much time the person took to react to the situation. All these things has to be considered. Affect is the behavior that changes because of the manipulation, and cause is the event being changed or manipulated. Let us see and understand with the procedure. Okay, so far we are speaking and using the word variable. So let us see what is a variable. The concept of variable. In the earlier sessions, the researcher attempts to establish a relationship between two variables. So if you have to have a cause and effect is like you are studying a relationship. What is the cause and what is the effect it caused? It changed by modification or a manipulation. What is the effect produced? You can study in such a way. So that is the relationship between two variables. What are the variables? That can be a factor, that can be anything. Okay. So you may have got the question, what is variable? Any stimulus or event which varies, that is, it takes on different values and can be measured. Okay. A factor or an event. For example, yesterday you have taken smoke as a constant, or it can be varied, like the quantity of smoke can be varied. It can be a variable, right? And the behavior, the factor of fear can be a variable. The time is variable. An object by itself is not a variable. Like you can say, like smoke itself is not a variable. Human being himself is not a variable. But what are it? But its attributes are. What is an attribute? An attribute can be a characteristic, a value associated with it, a factor associated with it. There can be age factors, age values, color values. Human being has ethnicity values, religious values, like you can say age in numbers 1, 2, 3, time in hours. The response time can be figured out. The pen, for example, the pen that you use for writing is not a variable. Pen does not vary. Pen color varies. Like size of the pen varies. Shape of the pen varies. Okay, you are getting the point, right? The object itself. If you say human beings, the human beings himself or herself is an object, but gender associated with it changes, like male, female. Okay, like religious. You can say different types of religions or the language spoken by the person, like Telugu, English, Hindi, Tamil, Kannada can be attributed for human being languages. Like you are understanding it, right? The object itself is not a variable, but the attributes are. All of these are variables. Like the room in which you are sitting is not a variable, but its sizes are. Like in a classroom, if you can say, a room is a room which is an object, but there can be different rooms. Like a geometrical shape. Room is a geometrical shape, but it can be a square, it can be a rectangular, it can be a quadrilateral, it can be a pentagon, octagon, hexagon. The shapes and sizes Sizes can also be different. The height and length, the breadth of the room can be changed. Like the size is a variable. You're getting the point now, right? So with these examples, you may have got understood what is a variable. But how can you study the cause and effect of the variable? Which variable causes and which variable is got affected? So in such a thing, you will be getting to know independent variable and dependent variable. There can be a lot of things which is variable. The object can be having different attributes. Okay, here they have also given a hair color example, intelligence example, and the variable can be varied in quality and quantity. It can be done in quality and as quantity. Okay, and so let us try to understand the different types of variables. We can say primarily we can concentrate on independent variable and dependent variable. What is an independent variable? An independent variable can be which is manipulated or altered or its strength varied by a researcher in the experiment. It can be manipulated. Independent variable is the main variable we select, and the experimenter runs around the independent variable. He manipulates it. He controls it. You can see in yesterday's example, smoke is the variable which can be controlled. The behavior of human cannot be directly controlled, but if you can change the quantity of the smoke, the strength of the smoke, the behavior changes. When there is no smoke, the people are not worried. When the smoke enters, the people are worried because it is a sign of a danger or it is an unknown condition to the human being. So there is an effect. But what is caused with the effect? It is the smoke. So in such a way, the dependent variable is a variable which is dependent on independent variable. When the independent variable varies, the dependent variable changes. When the independent variable causes something, the dependent variable got affected. Okay. So this is the main, in a simple way, you can understand what is dependent and independent variable. The words itself, independent, but independent which is in under control. Whose control? It is experimenter control, the researcher control. But dependent variable, where it is dependent and how it is, why it is dependent variable, because when the independent variable is changed, like some manipulations or a modification is done, the dependent variable changes. So we will see the definitions. Dependent variable represents the phenomenon the researcher desires to explain, like the experimenter studies what the behavior is. It is expected that change in the behavior will ensure from the changes in the independent variable. When you tweak the independent variable, the behavior of a human being or a variable which you are trying to observe is changed. That is what a fear in human being, the reporting factor in human being. In the last example, the smoke effect, the Latin Darle smoke effect, the two researchers try to understand who will report and in which condition. What is the bystanders effect? The study is the dependent variable. Thus, the independent variable is the cause and the dependable variable is the effect in any experimental situation. So far, yes, we have detailedly understood what are all these things, and we will see the other factors or other variables which are important but can be controlled. One must remember that independent and dependent variables are interdependent. Yes, we are saying that when you tweak, modify, manipulate independent variable, the dependent variable automatically changes. Neither of them can be defined without other. Also, independent variable chosen by the researcher is not the only variable that influences the dependent variable. Yes, so far we are discussing that it is independent and dependent variable, and independent variable is the only factor which is like the experimental studies, but there can be lot of things like in a classroom the student is affected by teacher, right? But there can be extraneous factors like the other students around you can change the behavior. Like someone can pick you, someone can call you. Like there can be conditions, like there can be funny conditions in a classroom, right? Like that is why independent variable itself does not affect the behavior of dependent variable, but there can be factors or variables, other variables, which can affect the behavior of dependent variable. Some extraneous conditions like say temperature, air, there can be different factors. They have geographical conditions like urban, rural conditions. Let us see what are all there. The behavior contains many variables. It also takes place within a context. Independent and dependent variables are chosen because researchers' theoretical interest according to the theoretical interest. Like you can say, you cannot observe all those things which result the change in behavior that is on the dependent variable, or you cannot manipulate every variable, right? So you take two important factors of your interest, and then see the cause, the, the variable which can be under a control, and it is the cause and can give an effect to the factor, another variable that is dependent variable. There can be variables like extraneous variables which you can other than independent and dependent variables that influence the different dependent variable, but the researcher may not be interested in examining their effects. These extraneous variables need to be controlled. Like in a classroom, the behavior, the other student has to be controlled. They have to be attentive to study the effect of teacher, the lesson delivered by teacher on students. So it can be a simple example. Like if you can see the experiment, if we can recall the experiment, the smoke is a factor which is controlled, and the confederates, the other people who are notified that they should not report, like a controlled experiment conducted, when people are instructed not to react in the third condition, the reporting was 10%, right? In the other way, it was 34%. When there is no person in the room, it is 70%. Like the people reported the smoke. In such a way, you have to control the behavior of other persons or the other factors which is influencing the behavior of particular human being. Okay, next to it is, so far we understood the variables, independent variable, dependent variable, there are extraneous variables. Now we will see in the, as in compared to the observational method like naturalistic and controlled, we will also see experimental and control group. Okay, experiments generally involve one or more experimental groups. Like you can say the subjects or the people, the population is divided into groups and one or more control groups. You can say like there can be an experimental group and there can be a control group. An experimental group is a group in which members of the group are exposed to independent variable manipulation. The control group is a comparison group that is treated in every way like experimental group, except that the manipulated variable is absent in it. Like you can simply understand that a cause and effect, you cannot for the ease of understanding and saving time, you may take two groups of people. We will understand the factors associated with it in the coming time. In the coming minutes, we will explain. But how you are conducting this experimental method? Like yesterday, if you can see the example, the smoke experiment example by Latin and Darling, there were two experimental groups and one control group. As you may have noted, the participants in the study were sent to three types of rooms. In one room, no one was present like a control group. Like in the first condition, it was that it is treated as a control group. Like the people who participated in the control group and like in the first room condition are said to be control group. In the other two rooms, what is the behavior associated? Like what caused the behavior to report is that the smoke. There is a factor that is independent variable. In the other two rooms, the two persons were already seated that are experimental groups. Of the two experimental groups, one group was instructed not to do anything when smoke filled in the room. The other group was not given any instructions. After the experimental manipulation had occurred, the performance of the control group measured in terms of reporting smoke was compared with that of experimental groups. Like the two things. In a control group, it is like a naturalistic observation. If you can see, the reporting time is very less. Like the reaction time is very less. They reported immediately. But the other two groups, based on the conditions, like the instructions, they reacted in different ways. And how can you see that one? Based on the factors. Which one? Smoke factor. In the controlled group, there were no instructions or any manipulations. But when you tweaked it, when you modified the smoke factor and also the instructions, the behavior changed. The behavior is the dependent variable. It was found that control group participants reported in maximum numbers about the emergency, yes, 70%, followed by the first experimental group where the participants were not given any instructions. Like participants, like confederates. And the second experimental group consists of confederates reported the emergency situation as the least because they are instructed not to react. So that is where That is how the experiment got carried out. Okay, so you got the understanding. So if you can uh, change this example to a classroom, you can say taking a bell, the ending of the school. If you can take a bell as an independent variable and the behavior of students in one condition, when there is no teacher in the classroom, the students may run after ringing the bell, right? Next, there is a condition like when when few people are seated in the classroom and the bell rings, the students will understand that the school has end and they can go home, right? Next, on the other two conditions, when the people are not instructed, all the students can go. But in the other condition, if the students are instructed not to react, like most people are sitting, then very few people will be leaving the classroom. And even if a teacher is present in the classroom, many people will refuse and control that behavior, like going out of the classroom, right? So there can be another example in such a way you can create. And here, let us proceed. It should be noted that in an experiment, except for the experimental manipulation, other conditions are kept constant for both experimental or control group and control group. One attempts to control all those relevant variables which can influence the dependent variable. The experimenter himself. Why this is called experiment or experimental method? Because the researcher will have a control, will have a detailed control over what is influencing the behavior of particular study of the variable. Okay, and for example, the speed with which smoke started entering the rooms, the total amount of smoke in the rooms, physical and other conditions of the room were similar in case of other three groups. So what is it? The amount of smoke, physical and other conditions like say size of the room, the speed of the smoke. These are the factors, right? Which can, like you can say, these are the extraneous variables. And there can be other variables. The distribution of participants into experimental group to the control group were done randomly. A method that ensures, like random method, we can see a method that ensures that each person has an equal chance of being included in any other groups. Like the population, the participant number of participants is also a factor you have to consider. If one group of the experimenter had included only males in the other group fail, the results obtained in the shed could be due to the differences in gender rather than due to the experimental manipulation. Like you are just concentrating on the smoke factor, the independent variable, but there is a hidden variable, there is an external variable like gender, which is affecting the dependent variable, like gender. Like if you are not aware of that gender, if you did not control that one, the results are obviously will be manipulated by the particular factor. So you have to be very careful. What are you studying? What is the cause which is under your control, and what are the effects can be caused or measured, but there should be aware of all the conditions to the maximum extent possible. You have to study them. all the relevant variables in the experimental studies that might influence the dependent variable need to be controlled. Yes, the extraneous variables, the other variables has to be in that. What are the extraneous variables? There can be like organismic variables. The other variables, what the relevant variables are like organismic variables. What are the organismic variables? Like an organism. Anxiety can be variable, intelligence can be, personality, situational or environmental variables operating at the time of conducting the experiment. Like environmental variables can be noise, temperature, humidity. Okay. And sequential variables. The sequential variables like sequence related variables assuming significance when the participant in the experiments are required to be tested in several conditions. Like you can say in a series of events like like a classroom conducted in the same manner like 45 minutes like for a Telugu subject, English subject, Hindi, mathematics, science, social. All the participants has to undergo with the same series of events that has to be controlled. Like the population which is experiencing the sequential of events can get dizziness, can be tired, can be routine. All these things has to be controlled. Exposure to many conditions may result to experimental fatigue. Yes. So you have to take different populations of similar group and you can observe by doing that. You cannot put all the conditions for one group. Like series of events cannot be observed under the same group unless it is necessary. If it is not done in such a way, it can be the sequential factor can be affecting it. Okay. And the study make the interpretation finding very difficult. Like it can affect the result, the effect. Okay. In order to control relevant variables, experiments use several control techniques. What are the techniques? Like since the goal of an experiment is to minimize extraneous variables, the best way to handle this problem is to eliminate them from the experimental settings. For example, the experiment may be controlled in a soundproof and air-conditioned room to eliminate the effect of noise and temperature. The extraneous variables, what are the extraneous variables? You may say like organismic, sequential, environmental variables. In those things, how it can be controlled? They have to be controlled either to set them constant or eliminating. How can you eliminate a sound? Like for example, in a theater, in a movie theater, they will plaster the thermo like a wood. They use wood to control the sound for outside. Okay. So if there is a high temperature outside, you will condition the air. Okay. So and even there can be heaters to reduce the winter like a cool climate can be controlled by using a heater, room heaters. In such a way, you can understand these things. Next, elimination is not always possible. Like you cannot eliminate these things, but you have to control. In such case, effort should be made to hold them constant so that their effect remains the same throughout the experiment. If there is some noise going outside, like there is something around you, like you should say it as constant. The level of a noise, the decibels, or the level of the temperature is maintained constant. Like if you are maintaining like particular day has 23 degrees of temperature, it has to be maintained in that way throughout the experiment. In such a way, you can also do the experiment. You are getting it right. In one method, you are controlling the extraneous variable. In another method, you are maintaining it constant. For controlling organismic, for example, related to human beings or organisms, The fear, motivation, and background variables such as rural, urban, all these factors can be matched. What you can take a population, like for example, a group of people selected from rural, selected from urban, selected from a only relevant factor, like we will be seeing in an experiment. Let us see. So in that way, you can control these organismic ones, like age factors, people of similar age group, people of 8th standard, 6th standard, you can control in such a way. By equated or held constant by taking matched pairs across the conditions. Okay, next, counterbalancing technique is also another method is used to minimize the sequence effect. Suppose there are two tasks to be given in experiment. Rather than giving the two tasks in the same sequence, the experimenter may interchange the order of the task. Thus, half of the group may receive the tasks in order A and B, while the other half in order of D and A. Or the same individuals may be given the task AB and BA. Like the fatigue, experimental fatigue, to control experimental fatigue, you can use this method, like the sequential method in one manner and in the other opposite manner to to reduce the experimental fatigue. The counterbalancing technique will be useful. Like in a sequential manner, sequential instructions, these methods can be used. The counterbalancing technique can be helpful. Random assignments of participants to different groups eliminates any potential systematic difference between groups. Random selection method, like you can say, like picking different, like choosing a people in random method can also help you to distribute them without differences. The strength of well-defined designed experiment is that it can provide, relative speaking, a convincing evidence of cause and effect of the relationship between two or more variables. If you can see, the strength of the quality of the experiment can be understood by how you are designing the variables, how effectively you are controlling them, and how strong the relationship is established, how effective are the results, will decide the strength of the experiment. The quality of an experiment is like well-designed experiment. However, experiments are often conducted in highly controlled laboratory situations. In this sense, they only simulate situations that exist in the outside world. They are frequently criticized for this reason. The experiments may produce results that do not generalize well or apply to the real situations. Like if you can see the laboratory experiments, most of the experiments are carried out. Like you say, we can also get another example, like the strength of a car. There can be rating given, right? The accident, you can say the capacity to withhold the accident, the rating will be given for the cars. How it is done? It will be simulated. There will be a similar situations to real situations. They will put some trucks and under conditions, experimental conditions in a laboratory environment, they do it. But in the reality, that can be different. Even you can take the strength of a mobile screen, the Gorilla Glass, what you can see, what you call, but in the real situation, the conditions are really different. The angle it will drop, or the amount of water that affects the, what you can say, the mobile phone as different. Like this is the drawback for that, but in one way many times it helps. In other words, they have low external validity. Another limitation of the laboratory experiment is that it is not always feasible to study a particular problem experimentally. For example, in a naturalistic condition, an experiment study the effect of nutritional deficiency on intelligence level of children cannot be conducted, as it would be ethically wrong to starve anyone. Even particularly in a smoke experiment, that is also ethically wrong. Many conditions cannot be controlled laboratorily and given, but in such a situation, they will use the other methods like using some organisms, say rats, experimental lab rats. The third problem is that it is difficult to know and control the relevant variables, and even in in the in the other conditions, it is also difficult. So in that way, they will use field and quasi experiments. Field and quasi experiment. If a researcher wants to have high generalizability or to conduct studies which are not possible in laboratory settings, so there are three conditions that are laboratory, field experiments, and quasi experiment. He may go to the field or the natural test setting where the particular phenomenon actually exists. Like you can say in Andhra Pradesh or in a particular state, you can say that there is a kidney problem in the eastern part of the districts, like there can be fluoride problem in the western parts of the district, central districts there have drought conditions. Like these type of conditions can be field experiments. In other words, here may conduct a field experiment. For example, a researcher may want to know which method would lead to better learning among the students, like lecture demonstration method. For this, a researcher may prefer to conduct an experiment in the school. The researcher may select two groups of experiments like experimental group, control group, teach one group by demonstration method and another group by normal teaching method. Both is done in a field called school. But what are the two conditions here? The one is demonstrative method, one is normal. It is a regular one. So demonstration, they will be given special instructions. Here he compare their performance at the end of the learning session. Like between these two groups, normal method and demonstration method, they can compare the results. In such type of experiment, the control over relevant variables is less than what we find in laboratory experiment. If you can see, laboratory experiments are fully controlled, but here it will be a little less. So the population has to be larger and the data has to be increased. Also, it is more time consuming and expensive. If you can say, laboratory experiments are controlled conditions, but there can be uncontrolled conditions like a temperature, the student factors, and even the attendance of the students will be varied. All these conditions will affect the experiment. Many variables cannot be manipulated under laboratory settings. For example, if you want to study the effect of an earthquake on the children who lost their parents, you cannot create this condition artificially in the laboratory. Like in the like you can say, the natural disasters cannot be controlled. But in such a way, you may directly go to the population, select the population where children got affected and children did not get affected with that one. Like, and even in that particular condition, if you see in the recent situation like a pandemic, there are areas who controlled the situation pandemic, like in New Zealand, like European countries have controlled it very well. But and even particularly here, they have taken the earthquake. You can take a tsunami an example. The control group children who experienced the earthquake but did not lose their parents, like there can be another group experimental who have children who lost their parents. In the experimental and control group, they have taken two things. Okay. In such a way, this is called a quasi experiment where you cannot create the environment in laboratory and particularly the natural conditions. Okay, so this is what the experimental method is. So far we have seen the particular important factors is variable, extraneous variables, uh, like variable, independent variable, dependent variable, extraneous variables, the experimental conditions like experimental group, control group, all these things are done. And we can say, so that's how the session is. So it is bit lengthy. Please try to understand. I have tried to cover everything in one session because there should be no confusion in that one. So variables is a concept introduced here, and let us see further in the next session. Thank you.